Hepworth Charger IPA.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. I've got one here from the famous, well not famous, the Hepworth Brewery, and it is their Charger IPA. Now, I bought this on the strength of their Pale Ale, which was fantastic. If you ever get a chance to try their Sussex Pale Ale, it is superb. And I tried that, absolutely loved it. And on the strength of that, I decided to buy some more of their beer. And this was one of them. This is the Charger IPA. And it is an English IPA. 4 British hops that are in here. No trace of an American hop. And it says, I'm just looking at it here now, it says Charger is a powerful, true IPA. And of course it is a true IPA, because true IPA is English IPA. Because that's where it started. Anyway, and I really like the label on here. If you look at that, that is an old British cavalryman from a Lancer regiment. Now, they would have served during World War One, and with that uniform and that hat on. And my great uncle was in a Lancer regiment during World War One. He fought with the 5th Royal Irish Lancers, joined in 1908. He was a paddy. He was born in Dublin, and he joined in 1908. He left in 1914, and he got called up, and he went all through the war up to 1918. He fought all the way through World War One, came over to England, and I think the reason he came over to England because of the grief he was getting over in Ireland for fighting for the British. And in World War Two, he fought in the merchant. Well, he was in the merchant navy, and he had a very lucky escape because he caught measles, believe it or not, and he wasn't allowed on the ship, and that was in Canada, and that ship sailed and was sunk by a U-boat. He managed to avoid it. So yeah. Very interesting man. He was Patrick Emerson. He was a very nice bloke by all accounts, apparently. And yeah, that attracted me to it, that label as well. So it does look like a good one. Hepworth, of course, are a brewery from Sussex. They have been going since 2003, I think, or was it 2002? Damn, I can't remember. It's 2002 or 2003. It's one of them days anyway. And they share a brewery with 2 other brewers, and they're very green-minded, if you know what I mean. So all the signs are really good from this brewery. The Pale Ale is fantastic. They make a big point about using local ingredients from local farmers. They hand select them themselves. They choose what they're going to use. And in general, they know what they're doing. So with that in mind, let's get this investigated. Okie dokie, 330ml bottle, 5.5%. It is an English IPA. I do love that label. That is fantastic. Really good. I like that. And it says on the side, Charger is a powerful true IPA with impeccable integrity. A rich, resonant pale ale, brewed in Sussex from local ingredients. 4 British hops intertwined to deliver a dense, satisfying nose, and the subtle interplay of aromas is perfectly balanced on the palate. Okie dokie. I'm glad, because that hasn't given me any indication of what it tastes like, so I will be the judge of that. If they've used their pale ale as a base for this, but just put different hops in, that is going to be fucking fantastic. So let's stop gassing, let's get it open. Now, currently for me, one of my favourite IPAs is Fuller's Bengal Lancer. I absolutely love that stuff, and I'm hoping this is going to be as good. But for me, the best IPA on the market, in my opinion, is the Shepherd Neame IPA. I think that stuff is absolutely fantastic. It will definitely take some beating, and if you can get hold of it, try it. It's fantastic. Anyway, let's give this a go. see what's going on with this. Bottoms up. Not bad. Let me give it another go. Yeah, that's nice. There is a distinct zesty type flavour on that, like orange zest, marmalade if you like. That's really coming through, and that's coming from the hops, and I get that on Bengal Lancer as well. But on the Bengal Lancer, it's really big. This is a little bit more subtle. It's quite nice. There is a touch of what I'm perceiving as biscuit malt. Let me dive in again, hang on. Yeah, there is a real hop bitterness on the finish, and it's almost like a nettle type bitterness. It's not the earthy and peppery bitterness. This is like a nettle type bitterness. So it looks like they've got a bittering hop there, and they've thrown that in the initial boil, and the alpha acids have come out and made that given this quite a bitter finish. I'll just say the malt, I think it's been overpowered by the hops on this. It does leave quite a tangy, zingy, zesty type finish on there, and that's quite nice. There's even, I don't know whether this is my imagination or not, but it tastes like roasted malt. It's like a sort of I don't know, it's not coffee, but there is an element of roasted malt to it. It's quite nice. It's not up there with Shepherd Neame, certainly not, and I don't think it's up there with the Bengal Lancer, but it's not a bad effort, and it's certainly not on a par with their pale ale, the Sussex Pale Ale. I think that was, for me, that was outstanding. This is reasonably drinkable, but I will say I have tasted better. There is a hint of citrus on there as well, and a touch of like orchard fruit, like apple, and I don't mean that's not a bad type apple flavour. You know the off flavour you get when you get bitter apples. It doesn't taste like that. It is like a genuine sweet type apple, and it's nice. So apple and pear. I sometimes get that from British beers, but I'm getting a very, very subtle doses of that on here as well. It's not bad. It is an English IPA. There's no question about that, and that is very in keeping with the style. Now, you can keep, as far as I'm concerned, you can keep your American style IPAs if there's British IPA or English IPA on the table. I just find, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like American IPAs, especially New England's. I do like them, but I just prefer a more traditional style British beer, and this has got it. Definitely has. But, and there is a but, if this is hard to get hold of, I had to get this, I think, direct from the brewery. You don't see it in the shops. Maybe you might see it down in the locality of Sussex, but you certainly don't see it up here. And Sussex is not too far, it's the next county. But I've never seen this in any shops around here, and it's as I say, it's very in keeping with the style, but there is better out there. Now, if it's for me personally, if it's going to be a choice between this and the Shepherd Neame IPA, which you can get quite easily in Kent, because Shepherd Neame are a Kent brewer. It's going to be Shepherd Neame all day long. And I'd say the Sam Smith's India Ale is better than this as well. But, you know, they're old traditional brewers. They've been doing it donkey's years. They were actually brewing India Pale Ale when it was going to India. So, you know, they got a bit of form. This lot have only been going since 2002. But it sounds like I'm knocking it. It's quite nice. I do like this. Yeah, it's nice. There is that biscuit malt's coming through a little bit more now. That wasn't getting that before. It was more of the hop flavour, but I'm getting a little bit more biscuit malt. I've swirled it around a little bit, calmed the carbonation down, and I'm getting more of the biscuit malt coming through now. And there's a sweetness to it as well, a honey sweetness. I think that's coming from the yeast. And it's not bad, I will say. But again, it's not on a par with the Shepherd Neame stuff. So, a good effort all the same. So what is the verdict on Charger IPA from Hepworth? Yeah, pretty solid, I'd say. Very English in its style. And, well, it would be. It's got 4 British hops in there. And I love the label. I like why they've done it, and I like what they've done. It's a very nice ale, I'd say, but it's just not up there with the best, if you know what I mean. What mark would I give it? I'm toying between 7.5 and 8, and see, this is one of them beers where I've only got 330ml, and I'd really like to sort of try a pint of it, because I did find that with the Bengal Lancer, I didn't really fully appreciate it until after about 2 pints, and then I'd got the full range of flavours, and it really did blow me away. The Shepherd Neame was just good from the fucking off, from the first mouthful. That was amazing, and just got better and better. But the Bengal Lancer was a bit of a creeper, but after the second pint, well, yeah, that was fantastic. I tried it at the brewery as well, the Fuller's Brewery, and it was the best beer in the brewery, in my opinion. The London Pride was good, don't get me wrong, but the Bengal Lancer was absolutely fucking outstanding, and that was the first time I'd heard of it, and I hunted it down ever since, and it's been one of my favourite IPAs since then. But this stuff is okay. I'm going to give it an 8. I'm going to give it a generous 8, because I know what they're doing, I know what they're trying to do, and I know what they're capable of, because their pale ale is absolutely outstanding. So yeah, I think that's worthy of an 8 out of 10. If you can get some, if you're in the locality, then I'd recommend it. If you're going to find this hard to get hold of, I'd say there's better out there. So you buy it at your peril. I won't say at your peril, because it's nice, but you know, there is better out there. And remember, beer is working class champagne.